So I'm doing the bags, the giant loop Mojave bags on the press bike, because it's a pretty big day today, because this is the first day or the first time that I have a press bike. So this is the Moto Morini X-Cape, and by the way, welcome to the video. It's the Moto Morini X-Cape 649, a 2-cylinder 4-valve adventure bike, which is surprisingly on the, how do you say that? Which is surprisingly good value for the money. So in this video we're going to talk about the first impressions of this bike, and I will do a full review afterwards. Yeah, first I want to thank you, Moto Mundo, for this opportunity to lend this bike out, to give this bike for a longer period of time. As I said, first press bike, so it's a really big milestone, and I'm absolutely enjoying the beep out of this bike. It's a really nice bike, so I've been riding it for around 100 kilometers or something like that, and it's just how do you say that? Yeah, good bike. It's pretty easy to manage. It has enough power, so around 61 brake horsepower. So that's nice. That's really nice. Also, what is interesting about this bike is that it has a lot of features. So you pay around 8,800 euros and you get spoked wheels, tubeless, you get Marsogi full adjustable front suspension, you get Brembo brakes, you get very good tires, the Pirelli STRs. I think these are my favorite tires for doing 80% on-road and maybe 20% off-road, or maybe a little bit less. They're just, yeah, they're good, they last long, and they're not cheap, so that's a good thing. Yeah, I'm quite impressed until now. It has navigation, and I will check that in the full review, of course. Yeah, what else? LED turn signals, LED lights, ABS. I'm not sure if it has traction control. I don't think so. It also has, what else does it have? TPMS sensors, yes. Full TFT display. You can control your music, your phone. Yeah, it's a pretty complete bike for the money, I think. I'm quite impressed, and I'm not sure why. How do they do that? Of course, what I know about, oh, it's really nice. Okay, I'm not sure how they do that. I know this bike is Italian designed and Chinese made, but that's not necessarily a bad thing. It doesn't feel like a Chinese bike. It feels like a good and capable bike. It also doesn't look like a Chinese bike, because I really think the design is really good. I will do a little walk around at the end of this video and also give my final conclusions, I think. But yeah, it's a nice bike. So I'm doing a small ride right now. I'm using this bike for a couple of days, going to work, going to rainstorms probably, and just using it as if it's my own personal bike. And yeah, as I said, I'm quite impressed by now. Yeah. So in the full review I will do a little bit more. I will check the navigation system. I will give my opinion if I would buy this bike myself, and that kind of stuff. But yeah, I hope you are still with me by then. What I also noticed that it has a USB option on the dash, so 2 USB ports, which is really nice. It's quite luxurious. For example, my Moto Guzzi V100 Mondello of 21,000 euros, I had to buy the USB device separately. So yeah, that's it, that's that. So yeah, I'm going to enjoy this bike a little bit more, doing some highway roads, and I will get back to you when I've done that. Okay, let's do some filtering on the bike. It's not the widest of bikes, so it should be okay. There's a Mini coming. So, as you may notice, filtering is sort of allowed here in the Netherlands, but you can only do that if you do, I think, a 15-kilometer difference or something like that. And so don't do crazy stuff when filtering, and always be careful when you are riding in between cars, because sometimes they do really weird things, and sometimes they're really nice and go a little bit to the side in a good way, which is nice, but it saves so much time to just filter a little bit. Yeah, but it does that pretty easily. So this bike has 6 gears, so that means that, yeah, it's really economical, which is nice. In terms of comfort, the first impressions are that it's okay. I don't get a sore butt after half an hour, but let's see how it fares after a couple of hours. I do think the seating position is a little bit cramped, but that's because I have pretty long legs. I'm around 187 meters or 186, but I have pretty long legs. It feels a little bit cramped, not in a bad way, it just isn't as spacious as my KTM.
5 hours later.
Okay, let's do a quick walk around the bike. Still part of my first impressions, of course. Things that I notice right away. I'm doing my visor closed because it's a little bit windy today. Things I notice right away is the good tires, so the Pirelli STRs, which are really nice for doing 90% on road and maybe 10% off road. I really like the fact that the exhaust is pretty small, and that the catalyst is black, or it has a black cover, so it isn't as annoying as most of the catalysts. Yeah, it's a good looking bike. So we have full adjustable Marsogi front dual disc brakes, I think 320mm Brembos, and also Brembos at the rear. Nice luggage rack is standard. This one has spoked wheels, which is nice. The rubber inserts on the foot pegs are removable. Yeah, it's looking good. It's looking really good. So yeah, nice bike, nice radiator. I really like the lights. They have their own distinctive design. It does look a little bit like a Ducati, but different. Yeah, liking it until now. Nice black engine, big Morini logo, sort of a skid plate, but I think that's plastic. Oh no, it doesn't protect anything, so if you're going to ride off-road you need an aftermarket skid plate. But yeah, it's fine. Is the rear adjustable? I do think so. Okay, let's make some pictures and let's do a wrap up. So, final conclusions on the first impressions. I think it's a really good bike. Value for money is really good. The design is, in my case, a success. Rideability, yeah, no complaints there. It does miss cruise control, but that's the only complaint I have liking it. So I would really consider this bike. If you want to see my newest video, tap here. If you want to see my recommended video for you, tap here. And if you want to subscribe, tap here. Thanks for watching. Tap here, tap here, tap here.